I will get us started. Good to go.
Great, thanks, Dave. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission. We met earlier for our agenda setting, and now we have a special meeting. We do have to do a roll call again, so good morning again, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning again, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
And good morning, Commissioner Maynard.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Okay, we'll get started. It's still January 4th, 2024. And this is our public meeting number 496. And we have a single item. I'm going to turn it right to, it's with respect to the IEB Director Screening Committee. And I'm going to turn to Commissioner Skinner in her capacity as chairwoman of that committee. And of course, Commissioner Hill and Dave Muldrew were also the participants. So thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm very excited for this meeting today. I and my fellow committee members have the distinct honor to share with you the candidates who we feel should advance to the second round of interviews before the full commission. I won't keep you in suspense for too long, but I will do a little bit of by the numbers just as an FYI to you all. We had about, and these numbers are by no means official. These are numbers that I captured in my review, but I'll share them, and certainly Chief Muldrew can weigh in if I have gotten anything wrong. But we received about 45 applications, 45 individuals who were interested in the IEB director position. We invited 15 candidates to interview. From that 15, 2 withdrew during the process. And that's before we even interviewed them. And there was one candidate that HR reached out to that was non-responsive. So we didn't get the opportunity to meet with that candidate either. We have had for you today 3 names that we wanted to advance for further interview. Unfortunately, just as HR was making the calls to notify those candidates, one of them withdrew from the process. And so rather than the 3, we have 2 names that we'd like to present to you today. I have already had the pleasure of notifying this candidate by phone. So I will hand it over to Commissioner Hill to make the announcement of our first candidate. If you don't mind, Commissioner Hill, I'll have you do that honor.
So process-wise, Madam Chair, is this what I should be doing at this point, is announcing the first name to you? I want to make sure I'm not doing anything wrong.
I
can answer that, Madam Chair, if you don't mind. Commissioner Hill, I did seek the advice of counsel. And so it is the expectation that we are revealing names today. And it is also the chair's expectation that we are revealing names today. So
the first name that we're putting forth to you, his name is Robert Charette.
Could you spell it, please?
I believe it's Robert and then Charrette.
Commissioner Hill, I thought you were going to go in the other direction. I was all excited to release the first name.
I will let you do that for sure.
Well, you missed my cue. I was teeing it up for you. So go right ahead, Commissioner Hill. Go right ahead.
No, so Robert Charette will be our first one. And go ahead, Madam Chair, announce it.
Okay. Our second name is Caitlin Monahan, our very own. And so with that, rather than the 3, we do have the 2 individuals. It's unfortunate for whatever reason, personal, I'm sure. the third candidate decided to withdraw. And then, again, that was after we had notified the candidate that they would be advanced. And so Trudy has keyed up the resumes of those two individuals to forward to you during this meeting. Also want to, take the opportunity before we start talking about process, if the process for commission interviews. I want to thank my colleagues and fellow committee members. I think this was and let me back up. I'm sorry. The advancement of those three names was unanimous among the committee members. So we all agreed to advance those three names. And only those three names. So that, was very much a welcome surprise that we were all on the same page, seemingly right from the beginning as we started these interviews. And I just want to thank the committee members for making themselves available to get this process done in relatively short order. We held our first meeting on November 15th. And so here we are just a couple short months later, we're advancing these two names. And so I'm grateful to have that process complete. And I look forward to interviewing these two outstanding candidates for the IEB director role. Commissioner Hill, I don't know if you have anything to add. Chief Muldrew, you're certainly welcome to add anything.
I do not, Madam Chair.
I have nothing to add at this time, Madam Chair and Madam Chair.
I think I'm going to turn to Commissioner's Chairwoman Skinner in her capacity with the Screening Committee, and then Commissioner Hill and Chief Muldrew on guidance for next steps. And we're lucky to have Mina with us so we can get guidance on how we mark this up for what I understand would be interviews and the selection theoretically on the same day. Commissioner Skinner?
I think so. Those two candidates we can get through in one day if that's the prerogative of this committee.
So Trudy would need to look for time for all of us. And then Mina, does that sound right for our process? This becomes a public process. Okay. So
sorry, Madam Chair, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was just going to give my thanks, but we can put off that until we get all the details figured out. Commissioner O'Brien.
So I'm wondering, is this in person? Is this final round in person? That was what I thought.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just looking for clarification on it.
So I think that's what's up for discussion. That's one of the things I was going to try to get into is what the committee, I'm sorry, I keep saying committee, just, by habit, but what the commission prefers, whether it be in person or virtual. The committee conducted the interviews virtually. And so it would be my preference that for this round that we conduct them in person. That's just my preference as one.
And I'm in agreement with that, Madam Chair.
Okay. That actually then also makes it clarifies a question I had, which is if it were virtual in our public meetings, could there be an advantage for the first person? We'd have to do an on your honor to make sure that they didn't watch the first applicant go forward. This is never an easy process to have to interview in a public forum. And so I want to just thank the two candidates who have come forward and with the understanding that this is the process. And I think Commissioner Maynard, do you have any objection, or Commissioner O'Brien, to it being in person?
No, my preference is in person. We've been doing our subcommittee and been doing pretty much all in person. So that would be my preference.
And Commissioner Maynard?
It's helpful for me to engage a candidate in person.
Probably. So Trudy, we'll just need to find time. How much time do you think we'll need? Maybe
Probably an hour for each one.
And so then like we deliberate in public, correct, Mina? So we'd want to have time for our, when I say deliberate, it's more like our selection, right? In our evaluation. So what do you want to add, another hour to be safe, Commissioner Hill and Commissioner Skinner?
Just a
Sure.
question on process. So the interviews would be in person. And so would our deliberations be virtual?
I guess deliberation's the wrong word. It's a selection process and it would be just part of the public meeting.
Part
I
of
think,
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
I think we'd be sitting together because, we wouldn't have to go back to our little computer screens. It will be nice to sit together in public, conduct our.
Yeah, in that case, I would say 3 hours should cover it.
Sound good, commissioners? So Trudy will look for that time and in person, and I'm going to turn to Tom. Do you have any questions technically, Tom, on that? Because I know, we're just getting the bugs out of that system.
No, Chair, thank you. I appreciate the question. No, I think the Communications Division will be prepared to produce that meeting in the public meeting room. I think there'll be a few I's to dot and T's to cross ahead of that time, but I don't think it's anything that we need to discuss here.
Commissioners, could I ask, I'll state my preference for that public room. We do have the seats that are high up, but we also have the ability to put us all around a table at the same level. Would you all feel comfortable if we used the table approach rather than us sitting at a bench with the individual below, quote unquote, us?
I have
we
no
have-
preference, Madam Chair. Whatever you would feel comfortable with, it's fine with me.
I like the idea of being around a table. What do you think, commissioners?
That's fine.
Does that work for you, Mills, or do we need to be at the standard table?
That works just fine for me. That's one of the T's to be crossed in my mind.
Okay. Anything else? And the individual has to come in by themselves, but this is a public meeting that will be in person, so it is open to the public, correct? The second candidate would not have access, however, to the first interview. Does that work, Mina?
Madam Chair, what I would suggest is asking the applicant to decline their access. I mean, if we got, as a legal matter, they probably would have access with the rest of the public.
That's
But
right.
it is not unusual to ask candidates in this situation, just as a courtesy, to not be in the meeting until then.
Maybe we could pull their names out of the hat as to who goes first and who goes second. And then the second one we would request if they wouldn't mind. Taking.
And Chair, just quickly for the public, not for that second candidate, obviously, as we just discussed, but for the public, as everyone who watches the commission meetings knows, we broadcast these live on our website through our YouTube channel, and that will be the same process. So while the public is invited, they also can watch from the comfort of their desk.
Yeah, it'll be streamed.
Yep.
All the things that the candidates love. It will be streamed live, very, very accessible. And again, that's why we so appreciate you've got a great pool of candidates, commissioners, and Chief Muldrew. I know that doesn't happen just by a light switch. So I'm going to give some kudos to our chief and his team for assisting on the posting and getting the word out so that we would have a good pool. Commissioner Skinner, and Commissioner Hill, do you agree that was part of it? You were pleased with the response?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will pass that on. They worked very hard. Thank you.
That's excellent outcome. All right. Anything else logistically, commissioners? We'll find.
I have a question. How soon are we looking to schedule this? please?
soon.
Okay.
Commissioner Skinner is like, really excited. You know what? And I love that, Commissioner Skinner. I have to tell you, it just very, very, just really refreshing and wonderful. So great work. I want to thank my colleagues, Nikisha and Brad and Dave. Thank you. This is a really big decision for all of us. And I just really appreciate the effort, the time that you took to make sure it was a robust search. And it sounds like a very thoughtful selection. Would have loved to have seen the third, but again, there's so many reasons why this is a big job, and there's many reasons why somebody might have declined, but I suspect they were probably very pleased to be in your selection process. So thank you. Anything else, commissioners? Commissioner O'Brien, Commissioner Maynard? Okay. Nina, we got all the details so far that we need?
Yes, you do.
All right, and then what I'll probably do, commissioners, is because this is a little bit different, we'll work with A&K to make sure that the agenda is just right. Okay, so thank you. Okay, is there anything else, commissioners, for an update that we have? Todd, are we all set, you think?
I think we're ready to go, yes.
Wearing your general counsel hat in the IEB, okay? Then I just need a motion to adjourn, correct?
Move to adjourn.
Thanks.
Second,
Okay. Commissioner O'Brien,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
aye.
Commissioner Skinner,
Aye.
Commissioner Maynard.
Aye.
I vote yes, 5-0. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.